start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's right, everybody. 2023 has launched, and so have we at the Autocross channel. I have a very special guest for you today. We're going to share some tips that will make you a better driver. You won't want to miss this.
Flight control, countdown confirmed. All systems 5x5.
Jordan won the overall best PAX time in Vancouver for the year 3 times. He also sat as the president of VCMC for 5 years. And then he came down to the Okanagan Eliminator event twice and won that. Pretty serious dude. So I got him on a Zoom call so he could share some insight on the top 3 tips he'd give for a new driver and some special advice. Check it out. Getting to some beginner questions, and I think these are kind of tailored as Steve and I are still quite new to the sport. I think this is one step above how do you begin autocross. I'll definitely have an episode one day about that. This one's more, you've come to autocross, you showed up a few times, you're sitting at the line about to go. We're past the course walk and kind of the development side of it and the work crew side of it. You understand enough of what's going on that you want to start to get competitive, but you really are fresh. So you're sitting at the line, hands on the steering wheel, and the flag's about to go up. What are the top 3 things?
The first one, for sure, is safety. And I remember my very first run I ever did, very clear in my mind. I had a guy jump in the seat of a senior driver. He said, all right, the first thing that we need to do, complete the course without making any mistakes. So that's the number 1 priority. And that means take it as slow as you need to go so that you can do it without making any mistakes. And that'll help to build on the next thing. And if you're not making mistakes on course, you're also being safe because you have course workers out there working at stations. You really need to know the course, and to know the course you need to drive it at a pace at which you can function through it. So that was the first thing. And so I remember going maybe 50% speed throughout the whole, and when I say 50% as fast as I could have been eventually. Mm-hmm. And when you're new, that's the thing to do, and there's no shame in it. Just take your time, go through all the elements, remembering that autocross is a sport where the course isn't totally drawn out with edges like a circuit, right? You need to know from element to element. That's why we walk the course in the mornings, and you walk it 3, 4, 5, 6 times in order to get it memorized up here, so that when you go out, you can attack each element. That'll build on the next thing. If you've done the course and you didn't make any mistakes, you gain a little confidence. And confidence actually really helps for the next time you go out. Number 2, what areas can I have a little bit more speed from element to element? So you're thinking, okay, I want to try and increase my speed so that I can reduce my times. And so you might start thinking about, okay, well, where can I accelerate from zone to zone sort of thing. You may let your speed get to a slightly higher before you end up braking for the next element. And so that overall your speed's going to be roughly higher. You'll probably take a whack of time off. And then the second thing becomes in braking zones. Okay, how much longer can I wait before I start to brake for this element? So after the last step 2 of trying to get higher speeds between elements, now you're braking just a little bit later so that you're holding your speed higher even longer. And those are kind of 3 big things that can kind of start to reduce your times overall. These things that I'm saying, they really are for the beginner. And really that just that one thing dictates a lot. How well you know the course basically lets you do everything else without you thinking about it. So if you know where you're supposed to go, you can with confidence get on the accelerator sooner, or you can wait that fraction of a second longer before you start braking to be able to take that corner with the right sort of radius. You said 3, but I'll add a 4th.
Round 4.
The next thing you can do, try and keep things tight and tidy. They'll say, autocross is not really like road racing. You're not coming into entries up corners as wide as you can to then hit the apex and then go out as wide as you can. Typically, its shortest distance is the fastest time. And the reason why that wide in, wide out type situation isn't always helpful in autocross is that all the elements, all the turns are so much closer together.
Yeah.
There's no straight section to take advantage of, or at least the straight sections can be quite small. Yeah, because you're constantly maneuvering, you want to keep that path as tight as possible around the course, while still keeping your speed as high as you can.
If you like what you've seen, please subscribe here, hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Here's a link to one of our other videos. This is Ethan with the Autocross channel. Thanks for watching.